Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 10 of This Week at Bungie. We have two guests today, Mr. Rect, Mr. Good Saint, joining us again for the 10th time. Oh, wait, no, 9 for Rect. He sucks. I'm just kidding. Nice new hat you got on today. Trials. I like it. I like it. So today we'll be going over the Destiny 2 Hotfix 7.007. Ooh, such an exciting number. And then, of course, the TWAB. In the pre-show, Rect was talking about the Sounds of Destiny blog post, I guess, that came out. We're not going to go over that because I didn't read it. And it's just developer stuff making sounds, probably. I don't know. Did you read the whole thing? Was there anything interesting at all in it? Game related?
There was a section about how Nimbus got Nimbus's voice.
Oh, yeah?
And how it's 12 different layers, one on top of the other.
Sounds like it.
So they purposely made it terrible. That's odd.
Yes, that was their intention. I'm sure their design philosophy was, let's make Nimbus's voice as terrible as possible.
As terrible as possible, yeah, probably. Anyway, yes, thank you for joining us. If there's anybody watching the live stream, welcome. We don't read the chat or anything during the live stream because we're trying to make a well-rounded, professional podcast. You know how it is. We don't want to get too
well-rounded and professional.
And under an hour.
What was that? A beer? That was good timing. Anyway, so. And if you're watching this on YouTube after, we thank you very much. And if you like the video, please give it a like. If you ever want to watch it live, the live recording of This Week at Shrouded, you can do so by signing up to our Patreon, patreon.com/shroudedgaming. And this goes live approximately 7 p.m. Eastern every Friday. Most of the time. If it's not on Friday, which it has not been on Friday one time, we usually announce it in the Discord. So make sure you're in the Discord. shroudedgaming.com/Discord. All right, so we're gonna get started with our general start feature. Anybody playing anything not Destiny?
Yeah, a couple of things.
What do you got on the docket this week?
I started playing a game called Dredge this week. It's a survival horror type game where you are a fisherman on a trolling vessel. It's kind of interesting. It's very it's a good game if you just want to sit and vibe while you play some games, with some minor scares in there. Like, it's not a full-on horror game, but it's got that kind of Cthulhu weirdness kind of shtick going on. So it's pretty fun, pretty chill. You like little puzzle games that have a tiny bit of action in them. Liking it so far.
Delightful. Anything on your radar, Good Saint?
Nope. Just Destiny.
Just Destiny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Glorious. Okay, last week I talked about playing Resident Evil 4. I haven't done that. So there's that. But I have been playing. I picked up my old save of God of War Ragnarok. So I've been trying to push through that. It's a really good game, but I don't know. I did the exact same thing on the first one. I played through about half of the game, and then I set it down for about 6 months before I finished it. And then I sat down and finished it, and the last half of the game was incredible. And I couldn't put it down. But the same thing happened to me on this one. I played... I don't know if I'm halfway through it. I'm just estimating at this point. But I played quite a ways through it, and I haven't played it for a little while. I picked it up just the other day again, and yeah, like, I got to relearn the game. Like, I hate when you set down a game and then you got to relearn how to play it, and you're running around like a imbecile. I'm also playing Ascent, which is like a... it's kind of like a cyberpunky top-down...
Yeah.
That's actually
The Ascent. You're playing The Ascent.
The Ascent. All right. The Ascent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels really well made. Looks good. Feels good. I'm only like 2 hours into it though, so no real opinions on it yet. Other than it does appear to be well made by... I don't even know who the developer is, but it feels good. So that, and then of course Destiny. I've been trying to get up to 1820 on some characters, so I could do Master Ron without being even further below the light level. So that's all my gaming this week.
Turns out all you need to be able to do is manage a couple extra barrier champions and you're good to go.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't hard. So, and I have no desire to do the whole raid. I'm just gonna do the challenges each week on Master, and then that's it. So, I think I'm 1820 on my Hunter now, so I'll probably be looking for a run this weekend sometime, and then hopefully I can get that done, and maybe I'll get a good roll on something. Probably not. I don't have RNG luck. Shit hates me.
Maybe you'll get the exotic.
It's only the sidearm anyway.
I already
That's all
got the
you can get.
exotic.
Oh, nice.
It's only the sidearm this week? You can't get
So
anything? Oh, yeah, that is how that shit works. You're right. My
Lock and
bad.
balls.
you can
Sidearm,
get one
so-
per character, and the weapon is a lockout.
Yeah. So I don't care, really. I don't need the sidearm. All right, well, good to know. I just want the Triumph then. And then I'll move on to regular run until next week and the next challenge. I heard the challenge quite easy too. Challenge is just like you need to have the buff to before you kill the
to get-
tormentor.
Have the feel. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's an easy challenge, let me tell you. Sounds really straightforward. You could probably just power through most of it and not even kill the tormentors.
Yeah. Listen, the theme of Ron is this is the easy raid. So it's fine.
I mean, I'll take it, I suppose, but I wonder what the challenge next week is going to be. Switch people, maybe. Everybody has to get the buff on... I don't know. No. I was going to say, everyone getting the buff's not hard.
Like planets will be something that everyone has to move a planet at some point.
Maybe.
Potentially. There's always one encounter that they tend to try to drag out with the encounter challenge, and I see that being the one that they're going to try to drag out.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm definitely interested. But yeah, thinking about it, and it's hard to think about anything that would be overly difficult unless like the challenge is beat it without guns. Like then we all just go solar warlock. Easy peasy. Okay, so yeah, we discussed the games, kind of discussed a little bit of Master Ron. Have either one of you actually been in there? I assume.
No.
I was supposed to do it on Thursday, but Thursday was my birthday, and my wife had other plans for me. So
Oh,
Well,
happy
happy belated
birthday. Yeah, I didn't even know. How'd that get by? You don't tell anyone?
mm-mm.
Yeah.
I'm a 44-year-old man. Birthdays they lost some of their, I don't know, specialness.
Oomph. All right, everyone
Yeah.
say happy birthday to Mr. Rect if you're watching this video. I
Or
expect
ping
some
him once
pi-
it goes live.
Well, that's what I mean. I expect some pings once you hear this part of the podcast.
Right. Tomorrow sometime it's just gonna be random pings out of the blue.
Yeah,
Yep.
pings equal love.
Pings equal love.
Well,
Indeed.
fine. I'm gonna issue a challenge. All right. My record is 3,600 pings within 2 hours. So because of something that was said on stream, when this video drops, we'll see if you guys can do better.
I don't
I
know,
like it.
man. That's a lot of pings. All right, well, we'll see how that goes. So good luck with getting more than 3,600. And yeah, so we're gonna get right into the meat of the post this week, starting with the Destiny 2 hotfix. Some beautiful hotfixes. While most of the internet thinks they're beautiful. So I'm going to start with one that caused a lot of discussion from what I've read, which is the reduced commendation score required for Guardian rank 7, 8, and 9. They reduced it again from Rank 7 from 460 down to 200. Rank 8 from 790 down to 477. And rank 9, which was 1290 down to 910. They also removed the Guardian rank objectives that require you to physically give commendations to get to rank 7, 8, and 9. And then reduced the number of commendations required for Hawthorne's weekly challenge from 20 to 5.
Just remove it at this point. Like, or disconnect it from anything that requires it.
I see a lot of talk in the Discord about the fact that this shouldn't be part of the Guardian rank system. It defeats the purpose. Because people are just farming it to get Guardian rank as opposed to actually using commendations for what they are supposed to be for. But I would argue that even if it wasn't part of the Guardian rank system, people would still not use it for what it was supposed to be for.
I know one person in particular that has not given a single commendation since it's been out. He's gotten 300 and some, and he's not given a single one. So he thought he was going to forever be stuck at level 6 because he was never going to give a commendation. And now he has no problem getting to any of the other Guardian ranks.
All right. So if you're listening to this podcast, you suck. Whoever you are. That's fuck. I don't know. I wish people liked them more. I kind of like them. I said this on the podcast. Like I have a sense of accomplishment when I either decide that my teammates were pulling their weight or they weren't, and I give them a commendation, or I do not. I don't particularly. Ever since they nerfed it the first time, I didn't particularly care too much about, whether or not I gave all of them away to increase my score, because playing naturally, now you can get to rank 9 by playing naturally in 2 weeks. Like it's 910. It does not take that many raids and activities to get to 910 commendation score. Before it was 1290. That doesn't take a lot. Like that doesn't take a huge amount. Like I don't play the game that much, and I'm well over 1,000. Like now I do agree that they should have brought it down from the original one, but I don't see why bringing this down again, why there was any point to bringing it down again. So I kind of agree at the same time with, at the point where you said like, get rid of it. Like there's almost no point in it being there now. And you're right. But my side of it is like, why did you do this to begin with? It should have stayed at 460, 790, and 1290. Because I think it should, I don't know. I like it being there.
Listen, accommodation score was supposed to be something they paired with in-game LFG that gave you an idea of, how a person plays, what kind of a player the person is, right? Turning it into a separate grind was a mistake, but the counterpoint is it might not have even gotten used if not for that. Which I agree with that as well, but I can't get behind it because they were forcing people to grind it so hard at first. If they had kept the numbers lower from the get-go, maybe it wouldn't have been so bad. But I know all kinds of people on the server that spent hours doing Petra runs and have their Destiny communist social score somewhere around like 3,000 or 4,000 already, right? I just think it's silly. I think it's silly the way the system rolled out and how it's been used, and how when the LFG does roll out, if you intend to use it, all those scores that are going to be out there, they don't mean anything. They're not going to mean anything.
What I think is silly is the fact that the community has to turn. You keep saying specifically that Bungie turned it into a grind.
Yeah.
After they realized it was too high and they brought the numbers down the first time, and they recognize obviously that grind was too high, so they brought it down. But I feel like the community turns this stuff into grinds and not Bungie. It's like all these people have to be level 11 now. You know what? Just play the game and you'll naturally get there. They're turning it into an unnecessary grind because they refuse to be rank 7, 8 for more than like one day. Like, so is that Bungie's fault? I don't know. In my opinion, like that's how I look at it when I see it. I'm just like, why do you need to be so high so fast? Like, just chillax.
Destiny is a looter shooter, and grind comes with it. And people that play the game as their main game are grinders. Every one of them, 100%. To expect them not to grind out this when there's a number that goes up associated with it is not reasonable.
Yeah, but the number goes up. But listen, they've time gated certain things, so there was like no point in like pushing so hard at the beginning because you can't get past rank 9 because it's a GM requirement.
Okay, but that doesn't mean they can't grind this other number as high as they can get it until then.
Yeah, and
and be ready for it when it gets here.
Exactly.
It only needs to be like 1,200 or some shit. It's super low now. Like, but you've got people that are like 4,000 because, like you said, they needed to be at 4,000 in the first week, so they found an exploit and used it. I don't know. I don't think that's on Bungie. I think that's on the player base.
It's just the nature of the game and the nature of the player base, right?
Yep.
It's not the nature of the game because I don't play it that way.
Well, homie, I reset Iron Banner 4.5 times during Iron Banner week. All right.
Okay, well, you like Iron Banner.
Was there any point to me doing it more than the once needed to gild the seal? No.
You mean you didn't want the awesome new shader that came along with it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but did you gild it to gild it 4 times, or did you gild it 4 times because you enjoyed playing the game? There's a difference.
I don't know, actually, afterwards. So after I got the roles I wanted, I kept playing, but I can't tell you exactly why. It was mostly on autopilot. The same reason that I played 130 matches of Trials the weekend the Immortal was around. I got my roles for Immortal, by the end of Saturday, but I still played, another 40 matches on Sunday and then more matches on Monday.
Okay, so you played the game in general because you enjoyed it. Like you weren't you weren't grinding for any artificial number anywhere. Like you didn't reset Iron Banner 4 times so you could go around and say and show people that you reset it 4 times. You did it because you were enjoying the game, you were playing Iron Banner, and you were having fun, I assume.
I was trying to get an Autumn Wind with a specific roll to drop.
Well, see, there you go. You had a reason. You had a reason other than some artificial grind created by the developer.
I mean, getting to that high rank is also another thing. I don't know why anybody wants it. It doesn't. Maybe some people look at that and see a value in that number, but when I see somebody who's rank 1, I know they're new. If I see anybody that's above rank 1 or above rank 6 or higher, I don't care. The number,
Okay.
If you're a rank 9 or 10 right now, I don't think you're any better a player than anybody else.
Here's something for you. I personally got to rank 8 the other day, and I turned it on in the tower, and I looked around, and I couldn't see anything but 6s and 7s.
Yeah.
And I felt good. I was like, look at that. Why? I don't know. Because, I was the only one in the tower that actively, did a legendary Nightfall and got 130,000 points. It made me feel good. So, because I know that's what all the 7s are stuck on. It's the hardest thing to do. And it's not hard, but anyway, not the point.
It's not hard.
But it's the hardest thing on the level 7 tier to get done.
It's the one thing I have that I need to do as well.
Yes.
But there's no point for me to actually, there's no other reason for me to do that, to even get the 200k you have to get for the pinnacle, because my characters are already maxed out. So there's no. I'm not gonna.
The reason to do it is to get to level 8.
Yeah, but that's not a reason. Not for me, because I don't care. In point of fact,
listen to me.
The one time I ranked up to 7, I went into the tower, I went to the tree, I went, I hate this glow it put on me, and I left immediately.
But you can jump really high.
I don't
You can do
care.
that. You can get that normally though.
I
I am
know, but it's
happy
cool because you're
for
gold.
if I see somebody who is a lower rank and they go to the tree and they do their thing, I will go up and do like a team emote at them and see if they want to participate celebrating what they did. But
Right.
if I do it and somebody was doing that to me, I'd be like, pull out ghost. Put it over there. Because
Well,
I don't care.
you're
It
just a
doesn't
hateful
matter.
motherfucker. That's the
It
problem.
No,
doesn't
I can
matter.
see. I can see where he's going with it because everyone that's in the game right now that's 6 has been doing it and kind of knows what they're doing and everything like that. But if you see someone that's lower than 6, then they're a genuine new player and haven't experienced all of Destiny yet. So you're happy. You're more happy for them than everyone who's been doing this for years, months, weeks, whatever.
Listen, and let me tell you, this is going to like supersede the point I just made but I have to tell the story anyway. Just earlier this morning, I was doing a regular, whatever the battlegrounds are called this season.
All right,
The
Battleground.
heist. Oh, wait, not heist. That was last
No,
season.
that was last
Yeah,
season.
Defiant.
Defiant.
And I was in a battleground with a level 7 and 8. And let me tell you, these two motherfuckers did not get any commendations. Let's put it that way. They were literally, I've got to say, they're probably the worst players I've ever played with in my entire life. I don't know what they were doing, if they were just some kids on their dad's account, but they had no idea how to move forward the final boss. They kept dying over and over again to the stupidest shit. It wasn't even on legendary. Like, this is just normal, straight up Defiant Battleground. Some of the easiest shit you can do. And it was constant. And they would stay in the bubble, in the corner of the bubble, and just hide while picking off like ads with an auto rifle. And let me tell you, I don't care that I got a buff. If you think auto rifle is a good gun, you're smack you in your face. Okay, it's a terrible archetype. I know it's better now, but maybe
It will be
Quicksilver. I'll give you a Quicksilver because it got its 40% back. But
Yeah.
good lord. Anyway. And they just kept getting picked off by the boss over and over and over again, and it was really frustrating playing with them. And I felt
commendations.
I felt really good about not giving them commendations, and they gave me commendations. So I waited to get mine, and then I left.
Green's
And
being toxic.
that's not being toxic. That's being straight up like, you guys did not earn your commendations, and that's what this system is for. Is to show
Social credit points for
to
you.
show you that I don't care, man. It was terrible. It was bad. It was horrible. I was toxic. I was toxic. I definitely put question marks in the chat like 3 or 4 times. Like,
Nice.
what are you doing? We got to the last phase at one point, and I was using a Strand Hunter, so I did super, and I did 90% of the last bar as hell. And they I died after like my super went away and I burned in the fire.
Yeah.
And they stayed in the bubble killing ads until they died. Instead of shooting the boss for the last 10% of its health. One fucking rocket would have killed that thing. Anything. Okay. Anyway, so my point is, I wanted to tell that story because I was just mad about it. And it kind of supersedes the point where I was saying it's like, I felt good about getting a level 8 and I could see all the level 6s and 7s and I felt like I was, I'm really good.
Listen,
But
if I see a level 8 or 9 who's a higher guardian rank than me and I inspect them and their triumph score is 5,000 or 6,000 less than mine, I don't care. They're a fucking poser. Loser. Nerd.
what's your Oh my god, mine is definitely 5,000 or 6,000 lower than yours.
I've got a 7,000 hour account, so it's pretty good.
All right. Anyway, okay. So yeah. All right, Bungie, either put it back or just remove it. I guess completely from the Guardian rank system. Leave the commendations in or whatever. If you want people to grind up their little score, then whatever. Have fun. But people don't think it belongs in the Guardian ranks. The Guardian rank. And I believe that if you're going to leave it in the Guardian rank system, you should actually make it worth a little bit or something. I don't know. 200 for a level 7 is not enough. I can get 200 in an hour and a half. Like,
I wish there was a way to reward players for doing it that wouldn't just turn into spamming it for no reason. But I don't know how you do. I don't know how you do that, honestly.
Gotta tell me where to transport.
Without there being negative commendations to offset. So if you did something dickish, you got hit with negative commendations. I don't see how the system.
that system would be
Doesn't work.
abused.
Oh,
Of course it would.
Of course it would. But I mean, you can't admit that it wouldn't.
No,
Potentially.
there'd be hurt feelings. We'd have
No.
a raid and we'd be fucking around and we'd all give negative commentations to one person that we knew it would trigger them, and they would rage quit, and we would have a good laugh, and you know how this would work out ultimately.
It would that system, would absolutely be abused in a negative way. You can't give the internet the option to be nice or be mean, because they
Right.
will always choose mean every day of the week. They just will, because people suck. All right, anyway, enough of that nonsense. I'm right and you're wrong. Let's move on.
Okay.
Trials of Osiris fix an issue where wins on a 7-win Trials passage would reward unfocusable Trials of Osiris. Unfocusable Trials of Osiris engrams? That sucks.
Yeah. So what was happening during the first week is you can sometimes get Trials of Osiris Ingram from a match, match rewards, right?
After 7.
When you got them in your inventory and you went back to Saint, you couldn't use them to focus anything. Your only option was to take them to Rahul to decode and random stuff.
The random ones. That's so funny, but terrible at the same time. Oh, that would have pissed me off. Because
it did piss me off.
My plan was to just originally, before I went flawless, was to just get to 7 and then grind to level 10 while getting, engrams on the side. So yeah, I would have been triggered. It's a good thing that never happened, I guess. I would have snapped. Anyway, I'm glad they fixed it. All right, good job. Neomuna Free Roam. Reduce the prevalence of elite orange bar health enemies to lower the base difficulty of free roam. Okay.
Less
Fix
fun.
Fix an issue that was causing Cabal turrets in some park to respawn too quickly. All right, cool. I am actually in the boat that the free roam in Neomuna is too difficult. But just removing orange bars doesn't seem like the right response to me.
There are still a significant number of orange bar enemies if you're in like the zone that's got the override going on.
Uh-huh.
But the rest of the zones, not so much. It's like any other patrol zone now.
Why didn't they just drop the light level though?
I mean, isn't there a difficulty thing in the This Would Get Bungie that we're going to talk about here soon?
Yeah, but it didn't touch patrol zones.
Did it not? All right.
Nope.
I kind of like the semi harder patrol zone. I kind of wish we could choose our own difficulty going into.
I don't know.
Zone.
I think it should be a little easier. I don't even know what it is. If it's -5,
I think
-10, or something.
I think it's -5.
Okay, just make it equal then. Like 5 light's not that much of a difference, but I don't know. I think it's kind of difficult. I don't like dying in a patrol zone over and over again. But mind you, I haven't really been in Neomuna too much after like leaving the Lightfall campaign. So okay. I haven't. So I was drastically probably underleveled probably a lot of the times I was playing in there.
I mean, you remember the first time going in there during the story mission and you come across the red bar enemy who's got a skull next to his name and he just one-shots you?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I do. Anyway, so that may have something to do with it. So maybe I'm remembering the difficulty higher than it truly is. And I was forced to use Strand, which before opening up Strand wasn't good, and a bunch of other things. So maybe I should go back and see. And maybe this orange health bar change is good enough. We shall see. Fix an issue where Nezarec would not react to players that were positioned in a well of radiance.
Which is not exactly what it did. It actually only stopped him from getting stunned, like by meleeing him while you were in the well, from what I'm hearing. But it didn't do anything with the well of radiance specifically, I guess.
I didn't notice any differences when we did our
Yeah.
regular runs this week.
Yeah, he still stays outside the blocks and stuff. So
I read a tweet from Salt.
your favorite.
And he had a video posted from before the fix where he was not standing in a well. Nezarec was just ignoring him. And he said, it's not the well. It doesn't take a game developer to notice that it has nothing to do with well. There is something else wrong with the coding of this boss. And it was just like, I don't know, a 30-second clip of him just standing there and Nezarec just completely ignoring him. So it was kind of the concept. Just kind of standing there, looking around like an idiot. And then, of course, you know, the internet came to Bungie's aid and saying, yeah, said the non-game developer that it knows absolutely nothing about game coding. And, you know, and he responds to trolls, which I find so fucking funny. Because you can't reason with somebody on the internet. It's impossible. They don't listen. So he's explaining. He's like, it doesn't take a developer to understand what's going on here. Like, blah, 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 blah. And then everyone was like, shut the fuck up, idiot. You know, anyway, it was pretty funny interaction. I enjoyed it. But anyway, so my point was well really the problem? Is Salt right? Or... Because, like you said, the only thing you apparently heard that it changed was the fact that he doesn't get, like, stun locked, I guess, if you melee him from a well. So that, whatever that issue is fixed, and then everything else still remains the same. So, I don't know.
Man, I want Nezarec to come charging into your well, even if you're on a platform or up in a tree. I want him jumping up to where you're at and ninjaing you around, and if you're close to the edge, knocking you off the edge of the map and killing you that way. I want him to be...
ruthless.
I want him to be, you know, closer to Rolk than what he is right now. Because right now, he just walks around the edge of the platform you have to be standing on.
Not the final god of pain, the final god of shame.
Yeah. I agree in a way. So, here's my opinion. I'd have no problem with Nezarec, being damaged like Rolk. It's a run around encounter. You gotta move. You gotta be on the move. But there's too many ads. It's so annoying. I don't want to run
down
through
the ad density.
I just want when I get to the phase and he gets shot by like the beam.
Make him despawn.
Just make the beam kill all the ads.
Yeah. And then they come back.
And then they come back after the damage.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that, and then make it a running encounter or whatever it is.
You should make it like a running encounter, like it used to be with Callus, where you've got to go to different plates to damage him.
That would work, yeah.
That's fine. Ooh, that would actually be good. You know what? Make the final plate on each. Oh, I figured out the mechanic how to do it. No, that's what you do it. You make the ending plate on each side different, so it's not always the same one. And then when the person shoots the points, like to avoid the wipe encounter, like normal, you get the color from them, light or dark, and whatever the color is, the last one you end up on is the plate you need to stand on to do damage. So say if it's light and it's the third one, then that's the one you do. Mm-hmm. That's way better mechanics, Bungie. Come on. I need a job making raids. I just came up with that in like 5 seconds. That's perfect. All right, so you have two reasons to figure out what the color is if you're going to do a white mechanic reset, or you're on the part where you're going to do damage. You need to figure out which color it is, and then the last one you finish, and the last one's always random. The only Even the first one could be random. Ooh, that'd be fun. That'd keep people moving. We'd need extra time, though. Well, not really. You have the white mechanic, blank. Yeah, you don't need extra time. Just do it that way. It's better, Bungie. All right, you heard it here first. Make that raid more fun. Anyway, so Nezarec, yep, Well of Radiance, not really, kind of. I guess there's a fix, but the issue's not what we all think it is. All right, difficulty, combat, hell, scaling for 2 and 3 player fire teams for the legendary exotic mission. The scaling's been reduced by like 30%, I think. It's in a 12.
I haven't tried it since I've been the appropriate light level for it. When I tried Legend, it was right after the mission came out, and my group was drastically underleveled, and we got to the Gambit section, and that was as far as we got. Because we decided, all right, this is not worth it. The part with the Hydra where you have to bank the most and jump into the hole in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah. We hadn't gotten down the strat of staying around the outside at the time.
I soloed that mission on Legend. You suck.
I don't enjoy doing solos, to be honest with you. The only ones that I've done
I did it for
are dungeons that have emblems that I want. But that's it. I don't really, as much as I play this game solo, like I don't like doing harder stuff by myself. Yeah. Even if scaling is better when you're by yourself. I enjoy the game more when I'm doing that kind of stuff with a couple of homies who are there suffering with me. I don't know what it is exactly. I'll play Iron Banner for a whole week by myself, but I don't want to do a legend mission or a dungeon or whatever by myself if I can avoid it. It's not fun for me.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. That's not for everybody. I don't do that stuff very often. I usually do it for a triumph. Or if I get, a bonus at getting the exotic. That's the only reason I did solo flawless spire, was to get the boost, because I still haven't gotten the bow. So I was like just trying to give me a better chance of getting it. So yeah. Anyway, so I was gonna say something. Oh, okay. Yeah. I haven't gone in there yet. So I'm excited. I haven't gotten the second and third catalyst yet. I haven't been playing that. I haven't been playing that a lot. Ironically, because it's a pretty good glaive. Like I used it a couple times, like when I was massively underleveled for like a master or a legendary nightfall, and that shit was like keeping me alive and my fire team. Like I was just standing in the middle of them, shielding them constantly. It's a good. I think
of all the exotic special ammo glaives, it's probably the best one.
Well, that's because all the other exotic glaives suck.
I mean, they've all got buffs, and the warlock one was pretty sick for a minute there, when it was not working correctly, and you were able to get, if you had necrotic grips, you could get glaive energy off just whacking people, so you could have like 14 healing turrets up simultaneously.
Okay, so I never used the warlock one because I never got it.
Yeah.
I only got the hunter one. Anyway. Okay. So, and then we'll talk about this more on the TWAB, I think, but they reduced the enemy health in Legend, Master Tier, Nightfalls, Battlegrounds, Lost Sectors, Offensives, Hunts, and Legend/Master campaign missions. See, as you could tell, there's a ghost.
Dealer, no deal, Green.
Deal or no deal.
Why did my TV just turn on like that?
Are you scared?
I mean,
there's someone behind you.
It's concerning. Okay, cool. Let me see. Okay, you can't really see it in the recording, so that's fine. I guess you can see the corner of the TV. That's funny. All right, whatever. I'm just gonna be staring at it the whole time. Hold on, I gotta shut it off.
Not if the ghost wants it on.
All right.
The ghost can fuck off.
Just wait till it turns back on. He unplugs it and it turns back on again.
Oh, that would be the best.
Okay, so Oh, I was going to say, you'll notice that they do not mention patrol zones of any nature. It's all activities. And it's just the enemy health. So they're going to hit just as hard, all the stuff. They're just going to take less time to kill, which is pretty nice, I guess. I was a fan. I am a fan of the increased difficulty. But the jump was a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I like to consider myself pretty elite. I mean, I guess Destiny player. Like, I don't play it as much as a lot of people do, but I mean, I've been playing it since launch and every week since launch. So, like, I played enough. And I wasn't struggling, mind you, in Legend and Master content, but I mean, your death rate increased by like 1,000%. Like it's like it's high. So internet again on both sides of this. Elitists are like making fun of Bungie constantly on Twitter. I see it all over the place, and but I think a minimal decrease in health. Well, I guess it's I don't know what the reduced health was. If they labeled out in the TWAB or not, I don't remember. I guess we'll find out. But I don't think that's that bad. It's not taking a huge chunk of the difficulty. It's like because you're still going to take as much damage. You're still going to get hit just as hard. You still need to be moving and all this stuff. It's just going to take a little less time to kill each enemy, which I don't think is necessarily a super huge debuff to any of these activities.
No, because before that I did the Nightfall this week, which is Glassway, and those fucking wyverns in the final room. I know they used to be like orange bars before they took them down to red bars, but those red bars felt like orange bars this time, just to try to kill them.
I've only done Legend so far this week, and
that's what I was referring to. Like they felt kind of tanky for red bars, I guess.
I'm not gonna lie, we fucking rolled through that Glassway and smashed the shit out of it. So at first I was kind of like, maybe it is a little easy, but then I was like, well, I never played Glassway specific before the nerf, so I don't know. Maybe Legend Glassway isn't as difficult as like I thought it should have been. Anyway, so I don't remember the wyverns specifically, if they were overly difficult or not, but I definitely felt like the legendary this week was, well, now that I mention it, it was quite easy. Maybe too easy. Now that I'm like thinking back on it.
Did you play it before or after the hotfix?
When did the hotfix come out?
Wasn't it Wednesday? I think.
Don't they do hotfixes on Thursdays?
Maybe it was Thursday. May 30th. Yeah, it was yesterday.
Okay. I did this. When did I do this? It was either yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. So it might have been before or after the hot. Shit, I hope it wasn't before because then it's real easy. Like, anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm okay with a little reduced health. I think it's going to help some of the people that are struggling a lot, and it's not a big enough change to really affect the difficulty too much. Just my train of thought. We are going to move on though. Rec didn't say anything. You got anything to say? Some health.
I don't care how hard they make it as long as they adjust the rewards to compensate.
Bringing that up, like the rewards in Nightfall this season are incredible. Like I got a golf ball in a legendary Nightfall 2 times in a row. You believe that?
I did two. I did 2 lost sectors this week on Legend, and I got back-to-back exotics as well. So yeah. The rewards aren't feeling too bad now.
I'm loving that. One of the biggest things I ever said is like strikes and nightfalls are stupid to grind unless you're trying to get something else because the rewards are not worth your time and effort. So I'm actually getting stuff now. It makes me feel a million times better. So even though I have like tons of those things and I'm literally actively like spending them on purpose so I could make room for the new ones, it still feels good. I don't care.
Right.
It still feels good to actually get something for it.
Oh, I didn't want
For
to
sure.
do that.
All right, general. We got armor. Armor reduced the number of score stacks added by flare up artifact perk in PvP to 15, down from 30. Thank you very much, Bungie.
If the enemy warlock is wearing Dawn Chorus, they can still hit you and ignite you.
What could they do before that?
They didn't need Dawn Chorus. Just 2 firebolt grenades or a firebolt grenade and a fire would ignite you, even if it didn't kill you. And then the ignition would kill you in PvP.
Okay, so
Now
Dawn Chorus is an
firebolts.
exotic?
Dawn Chorus is an exotic that
Yeah.
increases the amount of scorch you take. You give out when you throw that stuff.
Okay, well, I mean, at least that's something. They have to wear an exotic now to do it. I was never so screwed over by it in trials last week. I was just really annoyed by it, and I rarely died to it. So this is going to help. And then even if people are running around with Dawn Chorus to make up the difference, they're losing whatever perk they would have got on another armor piece. So maybe they'll look at the Dawn Chorus and be like, okay, this is still broken, and fix it again. But
Nah, it's not going to get overused. People aren't going to give up a feed-in aspects on warlocks in PvP.
cool. All right, then we're good. Cool. Thank you so much, Bungie. Appreciate it. Next, fix an issue where target lock wasn't deactivating properly if you missed a bullet. So cool. So your target lock, fuck, I forget the name of the gun. What's the fucking SMG we were all just grinding
Immortal.
for? Immortal, thank you. So your target lock Immortal is not as good anymore if you miss a shot.
Like, that's the point.
All right, next, fix an issue where some players were unable to acquire the Wrist Runner Catalyst. Whatever, it's fixed. Congrats. Fix an issue where Silver Storm and Touch of Malice were not receiving 40% damage bonus against miners. That is a big buff.
Well, it's not a buff. This was damage they were doing before that got taken out with the update, and they're finally getting around to fix it because all exotics
The Lightfall
have this
update?
damage buff against miners. Yeah. Since Lightfall came out, they unintentionally removed the exotic damage bonus against miners.
All right, so not only did I do the legendary campaign for Lightfall solo, I used Quicksilver Storm for like 80% of it. So I intentionally made my life harder than it needed to be.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. I think a lot of people did that because they got the catalyst and they wanted to unlock it. So we were just naturally just playing with, Quicksilver.
Well, and then getting the catalyst on top of it also reduces the damage you do because you no longer get the bonus, the kinetic bonus to shields and miners.
Mm-hmm.
Which you have it until you get the catalyst on Quicksilver. Then all of a sudden your Quicksilver does 10% less damage or something. 10% or 15%, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. All right. So is Quicksilver good now? Or is...
Yeah, Quicksilver is good.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it's an auto rifle, but it's good.
Yeah, I'm not going to use it, but that's good. Good for it. Maybe I'll use it in a underlevel patrol zone. Kill some people. Power and progression. Fix an issue where certain ghost and weapon mods were not correctly unlocked when progressing through guardian ranks. We won't. Fix an issue where certain new players were missing access to patrol destinations. Good lord. They didn't have EDZ? Did they not have anything else?
Just turns out their game is just an orbit simulator.
Yeah, just an orbit simulator and like, well, no. The Cosmodrome.
They're on Twitter complaining about the new player experience, except it's legitimate because they can't actually play the game.
Could you imagine not being able to go anywhere other than the Cosmodrome? That'd be a fun game.
I love hanging out with Hazard Cross and the
Yeah,
Cosmodrome.
yeah.
What do you mean?
Mhm.
Best character. Should be
Does
the
he
next
look
Hunter
like
Vanguard.
Aztecross or something? Like
Mhm.
this is the second time you
That's the
mentioned
meme.
it.
Yeah.
Did
That
they
is the
do it
meme.
on purpose?
No.
Probably not.
Okay, so there's a huge Destiny content creator that looks exactly like a character in the game that he's
Pretty
a content
much,
creator for, and you think it was a coincidence?
Listen, the character doesn't start screaming about slapping a button like your mama taught you right or anything. So
No.
it's the internet making the comparison, not Bungie.
All right. I don't watch Aztecross, so I don't know about that, but whatever. We're going to move on to This Week at Bungie.
Okay.
All right, the TLDR for this week, a preview of the mid-season update, answering a question about one particular weapon players are searching for, a behind-the-scenes look at placeholder animations regarding that gun, update from our player support team on known issues and coming updates, and then some other stuff. Boom. There's not actually a lot. I mean, I guess there is. I don't know. We'll go through it. The first mention on here is the Mana Holiday. I guess still spoilers if you haven't played from 2 weeks ago.
No, fuck those guys.
The epic
too
story
late.
this week.
I already said it. Well, no, this is about last week, really. We saw it. This is stupid. All right, hold on. We saw it with her friendship with Crow. All right, hold on. At what point did any of us think that Amanda and Crow had become friends? She literally
anyone
shit talked
so.
him, shot him, kept telling him there's no way that she could trust him.
Stay away from me and just focus.
Like,
That's clearly her method of flirting with Guardians.
It's playing hard to get.
whatever. Anyway, I never saw any friendship develop. I saw him become obsessed with her because it's Amanda Holiday. But other than that, I didn't see a friendship. Against all odds, see? We saw it with her friendship with Crow, and against all odds, we saw it in blah, 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 whatever this bullshit is. Whatever.
The only thing, me trying to read between the lines with my spin foil hat on, is that the more they harp on this character, which I've done twice now in a TWAB, the less I think they're going to be bringing her back. The more I think she's actually dead.
All right. Yeah, okay, so this is what they wrote in here. We wanted to pay tribute to incredible Amanda Holiday. Last week, we all said goodbye to a character that proudly walked the Guardian path in every way but her title. Holiday gave her life during Season of Defiance, and she did so in the most Amanda way possible, by standing, waiting for something to explode. No, but it says here like a compassionate badass with a capital B. All right, listen. Amanda was a compassionate badass with a capital B. But nothing in that cutscene indicated in any way, shape, or form that she was a badass.
Exactly.
All she did was drop out of a vent and electrocute herself until she exploded. Like,
I love that. Yeah.
that's literally all she did.
I know. Yeah.
So, okay, Bungie, but no, I'm not on board with that. Bad ending to a character. All right, no matter her trials, her heart never shied away from caring about those around her, even when her mind begged her to be more reserved. We saw it with her friendship with Crow. And against all odds, we saw it in the small ways that she showed our Vanguard that she was there to support them. Yeah, sure. We also saw it each time we spoke with her and got free loot from Twitch. Wait, no. It says, even if we just needed a little ship tune-up. Not once in Destiny has Amanda ever fixed my ship. Right. So point that out there. Because it's never been broken. Not once.
What do you think is happening with the ship whenever you fly into the tower and you're not in it?
It ain't her because she's by her bench doing something else.
Maybe whatever it is she's working on is actually part of your ship and not a sparrow. You don't know.
I do know. I know for a fact. She don't fix ships. She just gives us brand new exotic ones.
So
She's like, oh, I don't actually know how to fix a ship, so here's a new one.
Down below, you might have to.
I know that this hasn't, even though we've been talking about her being dead for like 2 weeks now, but aside from Fridays when Trials is there, that entire section of the tower is completely useless now.
Zer's there.
That's what
I
I
guess
said.
it's also Trials.
Oh, wait, Zer. Right. Trials and Zer.
Yeah,
Like-
there's nothing over there anymore. No
I
factions.
mean, even
no,
when New
no
Monarchy
soccer.
and Dead Orbit was there, it was useless.
I mean, they're there, but it's just like, I don't know. I feel like they need to put something there.
That's fair. Put the fucking soccer ball back. Bungie?
I would like to have a community soccer event, but Bungie's got to give us a ball first.
I gotta put my headset on. 1 sec. My ears hurt. I am back. I think. Hopefully, anyway. God, somebody say something so I can see if I can hear. He's doing this on purpose. Such an
How do
asshole.
you?
How do I know? I just knew. All right. Anyway,
I'm glad that Rec didn't say anything, so you could think for a split second that your headphones were fucked.
you forget I have the exact same mic, and
I know you saw me tap it.
I saw you tap it. Yeah, man, you got the windscreen on that bad boy.
I do.
You're so much cooler than me.
You have the shock thingy.
Oh, that's true. Look, can you hear that?
A little bit.
Oh, the shock thing is useless. What if I hit my desk?
No.
Nice. Okay, I guess that's good enough then. That way, when I'm smashing my desk,
We definitely heard that.
Well, did you hear the sound of my hand hitting the desk, or did you hear the reverberations going through the mic? Because it is a difference.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. All right. And then they talk about a little bit more about, Amanda, and she was a special character to whoever's writing this anyway, because they worked on an aircraft duty in military. It's like, that's cool. Congratulations. I don't know why you'd mix the two together. Because she worked on airplanes?
Oh, she didn't, according to you.
I mean, she might have worked on other people's airplanes, just not mine specifically.
Okay.
My ship never broke, bro. It was always good to go. That I knew of. All right, look. All right. She never once talked to me about it. I never walked up to her and she never once went like, all done with your ship. Or, hey, we got to get another part for that because it's not working. Or that's going to be 82 Glimmer. Nothing. So, no way she was working on my ship. Anyway. All right. Time for a difficult conversation. All right, you fucking dorks. So they talked about this. Reduce the HP scaler. It does say here all non-raid / dungeon legend masters by 10%. Okay, so listen. All right, elite Twitter knobs. 10% in legend and master is not like a HP scaler is not enough to get all up in Bungie's face about them going back on their difficulty or bringing the difficulty back to Destiny. 10% is just a nice little bonus to help people that have been struggling, because there was a huge jump from Witch Queen to Lightfall. And if you don't think there is, then I don't know what to tell you. You're either so fucking good at the game that you don't notice the huge jump between hero and legend anymore, or regular Nightfalls and legendary Nightfalls. Or you're just an asshole. So I mean, you can pick one.
It's not even that. It's Twitter revolves around generating interaction with your posts, and the best way to do that is to complain and bitch and moan.
Are you telling me I should just become a fucking douchebag on Twitter and then like we'll be popular?
I've seen your post responding to Paul Tassi.
He's the only person, and I've only done it like 3 times. Okay,
Listen,
in like
Didn't
3
you
years.
on stream like a month ago go through some responses to downtime and just start nuking people in that thread?
Mm-hmm.
I think you did that on stream. Yeah,
What did I do?
pretty sure. It was when there was downtime. There was that extended downtime, and on the stream, you went into Bungie's post about it where people were bitching and moaning, and you started nuking them.
What does nuking mean?
You called them out, and then you encouraged people from the stream to go and downvote them.
Green can do it. He pays for Twitter Blue. It's fine.
Yeah, man. Obviously. I'm pretty sure it was only somebody that responded to me. No. I responded to somebody. You're right, and I wanted to ratio him.
Yeah.
I didn't go through all the chat and encourage
you did.
everybody. Yes, I did ratio whoever that person was. I don't even remember it. But listen, all right, calm.
And then we all had a laugh about it on stream, or at least you did.
It was probably funny. I'm not that toxic, okay? I don't know. People are way more toxic than me. And yeah, I'll be the first to admit that I've given Paul some unnecessary shit. But it's usually just a sarcastic comment here or there. It's never anything. And usually what happens is because he's got his fans suckling his teat, they come after me. So it's not my problem. Mm-hmm. He's got enough people telling him or making his head like 80 fucking times too big than the knowledge that should be in it is for. Like, my little self isn't going to make Paul Tassi feel bad.
All I'm saying is that if you did more negative posting, you'd get more of a followership. At least that's what the algorithm makes it look like. That's all.
Yeah.
No, I need a shit post. Yeah, I need a shit post.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm not a shithead.
Give in to the dark side. It's fun over here.
Yeah, no, I can't shitpost anyway. I won't even. Sometimes, like, I really want to respond to the stupidest fucking shit about like political stuff, but I stay away from that as best I can. Except for one time, I replied. I remember replying or like just saying something like "good job," I think, to like a tweet by Joe Biden, like 6 months ago, and that's all it takes. My fucking notifications exploded. And I put a tweet out later. I was like, note to self, never comment on a political subject or some shit like that. Or maybe I said specifically Joe Biden's feed. Because people just attack you for no reason, for agreeing with the man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ridiculous. Anyway, that's fun. I love Twitter. Twitter's amazing. It makes me feel good. All right, let's keep moving. Hey, Paul, if you ever watch these videos, I'm sorry that I don't like you. I can't help it, though. I really hate clickbait titles, and like that's like it triggers me so bad. And I understand the concept of, you know, you have to do it because nobody would actually read your articles otherwise. So I don't know what to say. I'm sorry, pal.
I know you have to do it, but I hate you anyway. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right. Anyway, so next on the list, reduce the co-op enemy HP scaler by 33% for Legendary Avalon. Great. We talked about that earlier. Bomb. All right. We talked about this earlier too, but I'm going to bring it up again. Reduced Hawthorne's weekly challenge combination target from 2 to 5. Okay. So, can you just give us a free pinnacle? Like, why bother?
Yeah.
That's literally nothing. That's 2 games. One quick. Oh no, two quick play. I don't know. Anyway, point is, 2 fucking games. Ridiculous. All right.
Even Bungie says commendations don't matter.
Good for Bungie. They say it doesn't matter because they've been convinced by the fucking masses.
Here.
And all of us people that enjoy them have to suffer now.
Why? You can still give them out.
Yeah.
No, because
take
people
'em.
are leaving too quickly.
Well, then they don't get their social credit points.
Okay, but if they're not giving me any and I don't give to give them any, I don't get any social credit points either, and I want my social credit points.
Okay.
I want people to indicate me as a hero or a leader.
How do you feel if somebody gives one, if the commendation score at the end of the thing is an odd number and you're the only one?
I'm the only one that is the
You're
one.
you're the only one that has fewer than the other two. Or
I f-
whatever.
I feel like the system's working. That's the point of the system, is to make the person that didn't pull their weight feel bad.
What if you're the top scorer on the activity? Like you've got the most kills and the most boss damage, but they're just not giving them to you anyway.
Well, then they're not using the system properly.
Okay.
And that's their fault, and they should be punished
Okay.
by Bungie. Bungie should have an algorithm that indicates if you've given the commendation to the wrong person, aka not me, and they should ban you for it.
Greener is just constantly reporting people for sabotage and griefing. All right. Okay.
No. I don't know. Actually, you're kind of right, because like there was plenty of times at Iron Banner last week that I was the reason the team won. Like great big high score, most points capture, just shitting all over everyone. And you're right. Like most of the people probably gave out commendations to their left and right. Instead of open the fucking scoreboard and give commendations, you asshole. You do. Great.
I open the scoreboard. If I'm with anybody, they get a commendation. Otherwise, my commendation goes to whoever's at the bottom of my team.
See, I give my commendations to everybody that's at the top of my team.
I feel bad for the guy at the bottom of the team.
I don't.
I
He
know-
hasn't put
I
in
know.
enough practice. He doesn't deserve commendation. Like, that's not my problem.
Wow.
I know other people are going to reward the guy up top with things for having his high
Yeah.
score, even if it's me, and then I give it to the low person.
But he earned it.
So did the low person.
You want to
He-
know
he-
something
he
that I
earned mine.
You want to
My
know something that I
criteria are
did?
different than yours.
You want to know something I did? If I lost in Iron Banner,
No one gets one.
no, I would give the enemy team commendations.
That's too much work.
just to
I can't
prove a
scroll
point.
that far.
You don't have to scroll. You just move your
It's
mouse.
too much. It's too much work to scroll my
Oh
cursor
yeah,
down
fucking
that
weird
far.
controller loser. Okay. Just kidding. But I would actively go on and I would give commendations to the enemy bottom fraggers.
Ones.
Greener is really all in on this. On this
He is,
system.
yeah.
I loved it. I love it. And then I would troll my team in chat, telling them they suck. And you want to know the funniest part about that? Is I would still get commendations because nobody looks at the names. Open your
That's fair, yeah.
scoreboard and give commendations by clicking on the left part of their name. Don't do it on the screen that comes up first, because you can't look at anybody's stats. So bring up
Maybe
the
just put
stats
the
menu,
Put
and if
the
they
stats underneath the players on the commendation screen, then you can see all everyone's good and shit stats, and then you can judge that way.
even if you don't, if you bring up the scoreboard, you can see everything. You can see kills, orbs made, if it's PvE, their score, and if it's below half your score, don't give them a commendation. They don't deserve it.
What if I only want to give commendations based off their drip?
That's a That's
Is
actually
there
not
any
bad,
drip commendation?
No,
Then you
But
can't.
I mean,
absolutely I can. You can't.
No, but
stop
you're
me from
doing it
giving
wrong.
out
You're doing it wrong.
commentation
That's
that
my
way.
point. You're the
That's-
problem.
drip is the final end game in Destiny.
No, it isn't. Listen,
It is.
Destiny.
It always is.
Listen, Destiny
I need to get to a
armor.
raid with Greener and convince everybody in DM that he gets 0 at the end.
I'll
be part
just
of that
never
raid.
raid with you.
I'll be
All
part of
right.
that raid.
So listen. Destiny Drip is not the end game, and you want to know why?
Why?
I've complained about this before. On the art style of Destiny armor is gross. It's terrible. Nothing looks good. The only thing that looks good is stuff taken from other games, like the Warlock's Fortnite skin.
There you
If you say so. That's certainly an opinion.
It's the right opinion. It's so dark and grungy and boring. It's so 2014. Like, nobody cares anymore. Like, do stuff that's cool. Like, that's really creative and colorful and amazing. Like, not this boring design aspect that you all chose. I don't know. I can't handle. I like it. I want like it. Give me an anime skin. That's what I want.
Yeah, we know.
You have it. The mecha is all anime skins.
The what?
The mecha set from Halloween.
yeah.
From Halloween, a couple.
The mechas,
couple-
but it's not.
Yeah.
I want it to be like a full-on skin. Like, make it cell shaded. Like, I want it. You know, that's what I'm talking about. They lean so heavily into their actual design elements that they won't stray away from it. And I find the design of Bungie armor, in the most cases, incredibly boring. Like Bungie Universe armor, everything's so square and blocky. It's so wah wah and metallic and shit. It's boring. I don't know. That's why I liked the chainmail shader so much, because it actually kind of changed the concept of what you were wearing, and it really pulled you out of the same boring armor designs that we've had for 6 years.
I mean, there's a shader that makes it look like you're wearing all wood armor.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, there's different shaders out there.
Okay, but where's my anime shader? You're telling me if there was a cell shaded,
Green just wants an uwu shader.
you're telling me that if there was a cell shaded shader, you wouldn't use it?
No,
I mean, I would just go play Borderlands.
it would be something you got to buy in the Eververse store, and I wouldn't buy it. Also, it'd be immersion
Bullshit.
breaking.
Fuck
There's lots
immersion.
of
Nobody's
stuff.
emerged or emerged. Oh fuck, I don't even know the word.
Immersed.
Hey, Greener.
Who-
Some of us are into the lore of this world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
All
who
right.
plays Destiny to be immersed? That's not what
I
you
mean,
do.
I get into the world.
Lots of players do. What do you
What?
mean?
What?
Yeah.
It's not immersive. That's not what the game is. You're fast traveling from one planet to another. That's not immersive. That's not an immersive game. An immersive game is that you get into the character and you like. I don't know. Sorry, that's not immersion to me. That's not immersion. Immersion to me is something like a space sim, like Elite Dangerous. Or where you actually have to travel from place to place, and you have to do things and you sell stuff, and I don't know, it's different. It's different to me. I don't consider a game like Destiny immersive. It's not immersive. It's, you know, it's arcadey, not immersive. You know what I mean? All right. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, fuck immersion. Give me some cool shaders. All right.
Is that going to be the title for this video?
I mean, you can't put the F word in the title; it'll tank the algorithm. But you know,
No, it'll be something involving Green's infatuation with social credit points.
Just have one of the Destiny characters hanging out with an anime girl with big boobies at the tower, and then you can put like my nameplate over her head.
Yes.
I think that's perfect. There you go. That's the.
I
thumbnail.
think you. Hold on. I'm gonna send Saint to DM.
Oh.
I don't like that. That sounds scary. I gotta go hack the DMs in Discord. I'll be right back. I don't know what's going on. I'm scared. Okay, I'm gonna keep going though. All right, so I don't know why we talked about it again because I've talked about that in the past. I kind of want to see if anybody agrees with me. Is anybody in chat right now? Let's find out.
I can do that.
I think that'll be appropriate.
I can do that.
Wait, what? I need to
Nothing,
know what
don't worry about
is.
it.
Yeah, you'll see.
I want to see right now.
You'll see it tomorrow.
All right, nobody's in chat. Never mind. All right, let's just continue on. That's great. This isn't new information. I've told people before that I don't like Destiny. Aesthetic is the terminology, I guess, that I was looking for earlier. Never liked it. All
I'll
right.
be right back. My wife made a concerning sound.
Okay. No problemo. Well, let's just continue on. Hopefully everything's good. So we talked about Hawthorne's weekly challenge commendations going from 20 to 5. It's pretty much pointless now, but I mean, I guess that's a free pinnacle, so whatever. I'll take it. Removed Guardian rank objectives that require players to give commendations. Yeah, we talked about that. And then reduced it down. We talked about that already. All right, so we're going to skip it. All right, this is Mid-Seasons Preview Weapons Edition. Bum, 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 bum. Everything all
right.
good?
My wife is not dead.
Okay, that's good.
Good.
I am incredibly happy that that was the end of the story. All right, we're gonna move on to the mid-season preview, weapons edition, PVE primary weapon balance. All right, there's a bunch of stuff in here. Footnotes are auto rifle buff by 25% against red and orange. Pulse rifle, hand cannons, and sidearm buff of 20%. It didn't
Yeah, it's by 10.
indicate that it would. Okay, yes, it did. Okay, this is for all. It's red bar and orange for all of these. Okay. All right. So same thing. 20% buff for those, which is cool. This is only PVE. Everybody. Scout rifles got a 10% buff. SMG and bows. We tune the rest of the. So this is what people have been asking them to do for years. Instead of nerfing things, make other stuff more powerful to match it, which is exactly what they've done. So what they were saying is SMGs and bows. We've tuned the rest of the primary weapons using these two archetypes as benchmarks. But as mentioned above, we'll continue to keep an eye on the primary weapon balance for PvE and may revisit their tuning as needed. So essentially, for the most part, they've just buffed everything else to come in line with how strong SMGs and I guess bows are. I didn't know bows were strong.
Well,
They are.
Everything we brought more closely together. SMGs won't be drastically above everything else like they are now. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. They did a couple other things here. The aggressive frame SMGs. Hold on. There's a bunch of stuff here. It looks like
the main thing is that they fixed Ikelos. Ikelos had effectively Zen Moment at ×5 built into its scope and active at all times, which made it incredibly easy to use. I
thought that's like there was almost something there, but then I was reading this big paragraph about aggressive frames and it looked like they were talking about it. But okay, so Ikelos has gotten a nerf, just Ikelos, basically. So perfect. That drops it.
And that's one, and then they're adjusting the damage on aggressive frames to reduce their time to kill.
Yeah. The change will be target shifting the resiliency threshold where the gun can achieve its optimal 0.67 seconds time to kill down to a lower value of more reasonable 0.77. So 1/10 of a second difference. I assume that's a lot. Who knows?
In PvP, that's significant, yeah.
All right. Cool. Fusion rifles. Increase burst damage by 15. So damage per burst goes from 245 to 260. Damage per bolt goes from 27.2 to 28.9.
That's specifically for rapid fires, which were brought down because they were everywhere. This is going to make fusion rifles, rapid fire fusion rifles, reappear everywhere because they're going to be dramatically better than every other close range special.
So does 15 damage really make a difference?
15
Yes.
per bolt, yeah. Because
Yes.
they fire 9 bolts.
It's not 15 per bolt, is it?
Yes. They're talking
15
about per
bolt.
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 Okay, so they're talking about PVE. Okay, my bad.
No, it's total, but the damage per bolt goes up by over 1.
Okay.
But it makes a difference between having to get 7 bolts on a 9 or better resilience guardian and brings it down to 7, which is pretty significant, especially with iterative loop being a thing, being the first rapid fire that has kickstart, which is just you get a 20% damage bonus for sliding. So
All right.
if you play PvP within the next week or so, or whenever this balance patch comes out, expect to see iterative loop everywhere.
Okay. Got it. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Well, and then the PvE damage is exactly the same. So trace rifles, they're also getting a buff, 4% increase, which doesn't sound like a huge amount, but probably helpful. Reduced precision hit multiplier, so they've jumped that up by from 1.35 to 1.4. So that's increased. And increase the effectiveness of stability, at reducing flinch by 10% at 100 stat. Scales down on lower values.
Go back to that last bullet point. They reduced the precision hit multiplier from 1.4 to 1.35, but it says the crit damage goes from 16.8 to 16.9.
That's hard.
Reduce precision hit multiplier.
I wonder if that's a transposition. Probably. It's probably a transposition. It's got to be a transposition, right? Right.
Yep. Sure. Reduced, maybe. Yeah, I have no idea. You'd think they'd increase the base damage and then reduce the multiplier. So yeah, they must have just put that in the wrong order. The 1.4 to 3.5.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's right. They put the 16.8 to 16.9 in the wrong order.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do is make the gun easier to get kills with body shots, but
yes, exactly. That's what
less
that would
reliant
do.
on headshots. So,
All right. Sniper rifle got recoil buff, I guess. Reduced recoil by 50%
on rapid fires.
Yeah,
on rapid fires. Okay. Which is cool. And increased total ammunition reserves by 30%. So more ammo in your gun or in your clip. And then exotic weapons. There's a couple things here. Big one, final warning, can't mark through Titan barricades anymore. So literally the content creator videos that we've seen on the internet. Thanks again for ruining our fun.
I've never even seen that. No.
Oh, I've seen that. That was the first thing I saw is people put up a barrier. They marked a bunch of people. They jumped over their barrier, fired the gun, and killed everyone on the other side. Yeah. So that's gone now. Terabot got nerf, reduced the amount of ravenous energy when taking damage from 3 to 1%, which is huge. 2 whole percent. And reduce zoom from 16 to 15. So that, a lot of people were talking about how popular that was. I barely saw it in trials last week. So
It's not an Iron Banner when it was around. So
all I saw in Iron Banner was Immortal.
I didn't see any of those really. Yeah, like I'm barely saw any.
Skill-based matchmaking. Good things in
There you go, probably. We still have to deal with that.
Sorry. I just had to say it.
Let's see here.
Anyway, that was funny.
You'll love the thumbnail.
Sorry, what?
It's okay. You'll love the thumbnail tomorrow.
Fuck's sakes. All right. Don't do my Sailor Moon, Don't find my Sailor Moon
Oh, I
clip.
didn't even think about that.
No, don't do it. All right, revision 0 got some stuff here. 4 times the charm will now be reset upon entering Hunter's Trance. This will prevent the issue of firing a single shot while in Hunter's Trance and forcibly return to the pulse rifle mode when FTTC activates, which is 4 times the charm, if you didn't know. The increased PvE damage to the Hunter's Trace rounds by 25%, though, which is nice. That's cool. And increased PvE damage by the Hake Heavy Burst round by 75%. That's the 2-round shot, right?
Yep.
That'd be cool. I liked using that a lot, but it wasn't
Mhm.
strong.
No, not at all.
So
It'll also get the 20% buff that pulses are getting in general, because those buffs also apply to exotics.
Yep.
okay.
So
So yeah, I'll have to try that out. See if it's any good. So they're talking about 2020 or season 21 launch stuff that's coming. So this is not the stuff coming, anytime soon. But a sweeping work of the hipfire reticle. There is a video on here. I don't really care. Go check it out if you want. Maybe I'll put it in the link or the description below. The aggressive frame SGC nerf. So that's the one they were talking about above. 10% PvE buff to sniper rifle damage, and buff adjustments to more than a dozen exotic weapons, including graviton lance and salvation's grip. You should just rework salvation's grip into something else because it's boring.
If the leaks are to be believed, they definitely are.
yeah, they are.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did I just make that up but get it right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's
Nice.
really
did.
the only thing. That's like the only thing you could do with that weapon is completely rework it.
No, I've always thought about that about exotics. They keep making new exotics and stuff and coming up with new things that they can do instead of reworking old ones that they don't do anymore. Because Riot actually does that with League of Legends, where if they get a character that just doesn't get utilized anymore in rank, they just will completely change it. They'll rework it from the ground up, change the abilities, change everything it does, and then re-release it and say, here's the rework. Have fun. And I think Bungie could benefit from reworking some underutilized exotics rather than constantly trying to make new ones.
Can you imagine if Hardlight had incandescent or volt shot or destabilizing rounds, depending on what mode you're in? That would fundamentally change how you use the gun. There's just so many cool things they could do if they would just get to it.
Rework it, baby. Let's go. Yeah, imagine. Yeah, they could do everything. Imagine it just changed based on what subclass you are. You get destabilizing if you're void. You get unraveling if you're strand. You get jolt if you're arc, and what's solar? Incandescent. Perfect.
Incandescent.
There you go. That'd be fun. It wouldn't be too OP because you'd have to be a certain subclass to get it. And you could use the new system to switch your subclasses really quickly and just go from incandescent to destabilizing to jolt. Could you imagine? Switching real quick. Fuck, that's stupid. All right. Anyway, in the future, they're looking at zoom damage fall off, more zoom stuff like wrench finder and how it manipulates zoom, some other stuff.
These will be some of the most significant changes.
Oh, so should I read the whole thing?
Time. No,
right.
I mean it's stuff for the future, but decoupling zoom and how it affects damage fall off, and especially if it affects aim assist cone, it will make how it impacts that will make a huge difference in miniguns.
Okay, cool. Do you want to go over this Kovostov thing since you explained it to me earlier?
I mean, it's just they used it because the animations or cutscenes in Witch Queen of us holding up a weapon looked awkward if you were using something like a bow or a trace or a fusion or whatever. So they just went with the default weapon that every Destiny player has ever gotten to make it look more natural, I guess. instead of kind of awkward, because it did look in every cutscene that I can remember, when your character used their weapon, they kind of like slung it from the hip, like you were like firing like a hand cannon essentially, and it just didn't look natural with using something that wasn't that. So
Yeah. Okay, so essentially they wanted to be able to control the full animations, and not
Yeah.
have to worry about the size of the gun and that type of thing. So they just used the default model, which happened to be Kvostov, and everybody had a stroke about it when they saw Kvostov in your Guardian's hands during Lightfall.
yeah, basically.
Like if you watch this podcast after Lightfall launched, Rect went into quite a spiel about, or a screaming fit about that at one point. I thought it was funny. It wasn't that bad, but it was like, what the fuck was the Kvostov doing in my Guardian's hands? And that's when you explained to me that it was an exotic D1, that you could change the archetype of it and everything. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. Why don't we have any of those in D2? Bungie, you want to answer question? Where's our archetype changing exotics? Because that sounds incredible.
Confirmed here. Game bad. Don't play.
Agreed.
Definitely not going to get on it immediately after this.
Right.
I am. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna go play God of War. Fuck Destiny. It's boring. I'm just kidding.
And it doesn't have any good transmog.
It really doesn't.
That could be an episode name as well.
I struggle so much making my character look good. It's impossible. What does that mean?
I'm just saying.
Somebody messaged me the other day and said nice drip, and I know he was being sarcastic, little fucking prick. If you're watching the show,
if you were on, to be fair, if you were on your Titan, he was being 100% sarcastic, because I've seen your Titan recently.
Yes, I was on my Titan, and the only thing, my Titan literally has all. I could care 0% about it, because most of the time when I'm running my Titan, I've literally just got every piece of armor I have, no matter what the light level is, that has the highest possible discipline. And I put on my fucking Ashen Wake giant shoulders, and I go throw nades at some taken bitches. That's it. That's literally the only reason I play my Titan.
You were chilling in Kingsfall. I saw.
Yeah.
Shh. Never. I would never do that. No, he said. I came back and I noticed and I saw the message. I saw the message. Did you DM me a picture of my Titan? It's just okay. Nice trip. Oh, fuck off. Anyway, so I came back to my character after a little bit, and I saw that I got a message from him, and it just said "nice drip," and I'm like, okay, fuck off. And then immediately afterwards, he's like, "What? You're not AFK farming too?" And I'm like, I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm the one in Shrouded that started this shit. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I've been accosted by members of the community for doing that for I don't know. 8 seasons, probably.
You used to say that you would always bounty farm on the moon, and then...
I mean, I did for like the first week. Because it is fast. You can do it faster if you physically play the game.
Right.
But nobody wants to play the game for 20 hours a day. Just saying. They don't. And the farm is the best place to... I mean, the moon is the best place to bounty farm.
Yeah,
you get some bounties from Banshee, and then you go and get all the bounties you can from Eris and the thing beside her. You're gold.
The lectern.
Yeah. Then you just go and do that shit. And you have like 15 bounties to turn in every hour. That's like 2 levels, man. 2 levels plus whatever experience you got. It's not bad. No, it's more than 2 levels. 3 levels? I don't know. Guess it depends. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't do that. I'm a liar. I'm a big fat liar. Anyway, I don't actually AFK farm very often anymore. This year I wasn't gonna do it all this season. I got up to like 97 all on my own, and then I was like, man, I want to be 1820, and I was 1818, and I don't have time to play the game. So I was like, I'm gonna bust out this. This is the first time I've ever done the Kingsfall one. Was this
I didn't know
season?
there was a
This season right now? Oh yeah, they swapped the Kingsfall one when they nerfed the Moon one. And then I was like, okay, I'm done AFK farming. And then the first thing Rec told me was like, hey, I know a Kingsfall one. And I'm like, I'm actually good. I don't think I need to do it anymore. I'd already gotten my Kingsfall title, so I didn't need to farm up to get to be able to do like master raids easily. And now in Lightfall, like you can't over level pretty much anything. So at that point, that's when I was like, well, there's no real point in AFK farming anymore. But I just wanted to get 2 levels, so I decided that I'm gonna get 2 levels by doing that because it took like 2 seconds to get the checkpoint and jump in there. And I let it run last night. And the first thing that happened is somebody asked me if I was AFK farming. It's like, do people pay that much attention to me?
I mean, to be fair, when I saw, like, whenever you're on, I'm like, I'll just inspect you to see what you're doing. And when I see that your fire team is closed and that you're running your Titan with Ashen Wake, I know instantly what you're doing. And I'm like, all right, whatever. That's just how I know.
That's so funny. I find that incredibly amusing.
I mean, if you ever see anybody in King's Fall and they're on Titan and they're wearing Ashen Wake, that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing else is happening. Exactly. Okay. Anyway, good conversation. You know what? We only had 2 articles to go through today, and we still made it 2 hours. How does that happen? Why do you guys talk so much? It ain't me.
It wasn't me this time.
All right. Anyway, so yeah, let's continue on. So basically, they talked about this animation bullshit, and they posted a picture of the Amanda Holiday helping Aldrin up, and his head's like through the floor and shit. I've already known this for a long time, that's what game production looks like. And then stuff that you can't see behind cameras is always fucked up. I've watched some developer videos from like lots of other games where you guys are going to think I'm obsessed with Resident Evil, but it's because I am. Anyway, I've watched these developer videos about how they get Mr. X to move around behind the scenes in Resident Evil 2 Remake. And everybody just assumes that he literally walks from wherever you ran away from him at to where he ends up, because you usually can't hear him walking through the police station. But if you get too far away from him, he will teleport under the map and then get to where he needs to be close enough to get you. And then if you trigger any sort of scene where he needs to be somewhere later on, he will just immediately like stop and fall through the floor and shoot over to another location to get ready for when you go through the door. And then he busts through the wall or some shit or anyway, it's really interesting to just see. And I've seen it before where you can see bits and pieces of him. And then other parts of his body are demorphed and in like the wrong places, but because the camera can't see them, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's a super common thing because if you're not gonna, that's how they save time a lot of the time. It's like, let's only show their right shoulder and arm so we don't have to animate the rest of the body. And then they just put the camera here or something. Yeah, it's just a common tactic that they use. Sure, movie directors use it as well to save money on like CGI and shit. They don't have to show off whole things. Anyway, so a lot of people were like on Twitter is like, oh my god, this is what I see in nightmares and stuff, and it's just like, well, I don't know. I guess maybe because I've seen it before, and I was this is the video game animation is actually what I studied in college, so like this is. I don't know. It makes sense to me. It all makes sense to me. And animating is incredibly difficult. It's getting easier now. Did you guys see that Unreal demo where they just took a video of her face?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my god. I wish I was in college when that was a thing. I'd be fucking.
They're starting to approach that uncanny valley area where video game characters are going to be so realistic that it's going to feel a little uncomfortable playing the game.
Ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait till I murder somebody and like feel bad about it because
They look real.
they look so goddamn real.
I
And it
think
was like
for
a real
horror
person.
games, that phenomena will be great.
You're
If
right.
everything looks ultra realistic in a horror game, it will really enhance, the rush you get as part of that game, because you're going to be naturally keyed to be a little off put anyway. But for other games, I don't know. I don't need things to look ultra realistic for me to enjoy them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely not. For sure. I like a lot of stuff that's, it's not hyper realistic, but also realism stuff looks cool too. And I can't
That's
wait.
true.
I can't wait for a lot of Unreal 5 stuff to come out. It's going to be so sick. Like, epic. Whew, epic. Man, if you didn't have such a stigma of being the Fortnite fucking developer, you guys would be so cool.
I remember when they were the Gears of War developer.
Yeah, imagine Gears of War, but in Unreal 5 with ultra realism when people are getting dismembered by your chainsaw in first
Cool with
person
that.
view.
No, don't wait
Give
for
me
it.
that.
We don't
give
have to
me that
wait
for
for it
Gears
long. Like, it's
7
probably
or
not
whatever
going to
it is.
be like, it might not be specifically like Gears, but like we're gonna get some pretty fucking gross shit that comes out. I can't wait till VR is that hyper realistic.
Yeah, I'll bet.
What is the eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Sussy eyes.
Oh, is that like a pornography thing? Is
Mm-hmm.
is that what you're giving me eyes for? No.
Why are
Listen,
you acting like you don't know?
How much time do you spend in VR chat, Greener? Mm.
I've never actually played VR chat.
All right.
Not once
Good.
in my life, but I do like VR. But I go through phases of enjoying it. Like I haven't really played it for like 6 months, but I will again, and then I'll probably play it for like 2 months straight, where I really enjoy the stuff, and I'll be catching up on stuff that I don't like. Like
No.
I don't know. You guys ever play VR? This is off
No.
topic, but we'll go quickly. No? All right, listen. Half-Life
You gotta go
Alex
through again. Put the thing on the
is
camera.
such an incredible fucking experience. It is unbelievable how amazing that game is. There's so much cool shit you can do in that game. And if you get one of the headsets that was released later, like it looks good enough. Like the early versions of the headsets were, it was almost like anti-aliased. Everything was anti-aliased, so it was a little wonky. But the newer stuff that's getting better. Then the PSVR 2 came out recently, which ironically doesn't run Half-Life Alyx, but it has like a 8K like screen and shit. It's crazy. It's not that high, but anyway. So, but yeah, I don't know. There's certain games are just incredible. That is one of them. It's amazing. And I remember, even though I played Resident Evil 7 for the first time in VR, PSVR even being one of the lower end systems at the time, because like the Vive and the Oculus 2 were way better because they had a higher resolution. And you didn't even have the hand controls, which is one of the most important things in a VR game, because that's what makes it feel so immersive. You hear that word? Immersive. I played it with a controller. I played it with a headset. It was incredible. That was amazing. So when I say literally, I can't wait for things to be actually realistic in VR, especially for horror games, I really mean it. I'm not being a creeper about something else. But thanks for thinking that. I appreciate it. Resident Evil 7 was one of my favorite experiences in video games in a long time. But there's a point where it's too creepy. I do not like The Exorcist VR. That game is fucking terrifying. And
You
it's
played that in a stream. That game didn't look scary at all.
yeah. Try being inside there.
If I had VR, I would.
I mean, try if you ever get it, try it, man. It's
Yeah.
not fun. Like, it took me 6 months to play 5 episodes. Like, yeah. I was never looking forward to getting into it because it was creepy. It was just legitimately creepy. I don't know what it is. Something about being chased around the room by, like, Jack from Resident Evil 7 is way different than actually, like, having ghosts come up and whisper behind you and have you turn around and there be nothing there, but then you turn back around and there's a fucking monster about to. I don't know. That game was scary. Maybe I'm just a bitch. Another tangent. Let's stop this and finish the stream. Okay. There was a bunch of known issues. I don't care. We don't have time.
There is one issue that's been making the rounds on Twitter that is not on this list.
Okay,
And
what
that
is
is
it?
the video of the game deleting a person's character caught in 4K and shared all over the internet. Could it be a hoax?
Yes.
Possibly. Could absolutely be. I first saw it on Cheese Forever, and then Lucky 10p picked it up. I tend to discount anything Lucky 10p picks up. Sorry, that's a burn. But the video seems to show somebody just navigating the character select screen quickly, and the game just auto deleting one of their characters.
Okay, so was that the tweet I read the other day? Somebody said there should always be a confirmation when deleting a character.
I remember, yeah, actually, I saw you commented on that.
I did comment on it. I said no. Because I thought, don't be stupid. How could you be stupid enough to delete one of your characters? How long do you have to hold that button for? It's like a good 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds. Like, that's long enough.
That's not what happened in the video, though.
Yeah, that's because the video is not real.
Well, maybe.
And if it is real, it's probably because the person was fucking... Their keyboard was stuck from all the jizz they have on it.
They've been playing too many VR games.
Exactly. You can't fuck that up. I don't know. You can't fuck that up. But, I mean, at the same time, it does make sense. Like, World of Warcraft has a system where you have to type in delete or the character's name or something completely, perfectly, before you can delete the character. That would work, you know. What is this? Oh, okay. All right. Rex going to show us the links at the bottom of the chat. This one is in the F and Friends, and it's 2 puppy dogs. And then what's the other one? Give me the other one. That's not.
Oh
it.
wait, that's Mr. Good Saint's Crucible report. I'm
Yeah.
Did you do that on purpose? Oh my god.
I know shit. You know,
Where's mine?
Why would I bother looking up yours?
I don't know. Anyway.
Also, Saint, if you look at his numbers, he's pretty good. He's not bad. He does pretty good in Iron Banner. I see plenty of 3s and 1.5 pluses. Anyway, back to the puppy dogs.
And there's another dog with bandanas.
Bandana.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Super cute. I love these photos. Keep it up, Bungie. Keep them going. Some of the art on there is good. Go check it out. Rocket riding, Lumina riding, Guardian down riding. What the fuck is this? I don't care. All right. Anyway, yeah, we gotta finish up. Anything to plug?
Maybe.
Maybe.
but not yet. I'm getting some assets. There's some assets being made for me, so I can start doing some PNG tubing. Which I know Greener has no respect for people that are in the VTuber community, but
I like that.
I'm gonna be giving that a go.
Just because I don't like watching VTubers doesn't mean I don't respect them. That's a jump. All right. I don't respect the ones with huge boobs.
Well, what if someone made one for you?
He's not gonna respect me.
No way, really? All right, you want to know something? Actually, to be completely honest, now that I mention that, but if you think about it, it's not that I don't respect the VTuber; it's I don't respect the people watching it. Because I'm like, why would you watch this over watching a real human being?
Yeah.
But I don't get it.
No.
I also don't understand why people have, waifu pillows and why they're obsessed with anime characters and blah, 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 blah. But to each their own. I also don't understand why, I don't understand a lot of things. I was going to get sexual there, but I decided
It's not going to be a big titty anime girl. It's going to be the yellow smiley fast mask face character that I've got around for my emotes and stuff. So.
Well, now I don't want to watch it anymore. I wanted to see a big goth titty anime girl. with tattoos all over her shoulders and neck.
Really.
Now we're getting an idea of what he does in VR.
Yep.
Anyway,
Oh my god.
Green second line.
No, just not my thing. I guess I don't know. Okay. Guess ain't. You got anything you want to say?
The post goes live when this video goes live, so go upload it. Do it now.
Recruitment post.
Support
Sorry,
the community. It's free. Just do it.
it's
Don't
not
be a
free.
douche.
Costs $1 billion each. Make sure to send it to patreon.com/shroudedgaming once you're done upvoting.
Sure.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, for Shrouded, we still doing a Derelict Prime on the 22nd?
yeah, it's not going to be on the 29th. It'll be the week prior to that. I haven't actually announced that yet, but I will.
22nd, Derelict Prime. Our friend here is going to announce it at some point. If we can get more than like 4 or 5 teams, we'll actually do it. So that'd be good. Go sign up. And the lights are starting to get to me. What else we have? Nothing coming up. Player of the month. I decided to do it next Saturday, so that'll be on the 8th. So you have till the 6th to put in your nominations if you want to nominate somebody. And I want to see a nice mixture from all clans. Don't be a douchebag and let one clan just overtake everything again like they did last month.
Yeah, wardens.
Douchebags.
I didn't do anything.
It's still your clan, so it's your fault.
My clan?
You're in it.
I'm in it, but it doesn't mean it's mine.
All right, fine.
I'm not the...
Yeah, 4x4 strings.
He's the only one watching too.
Anyway, yeah, and then most of you all know we do the community stream every Tuesday, so check it out, twitch.tv/shroudedgaming. We are changing the time of the EU stream. This week only, we're going to test out a new time zone because we had a bit of a discussion, and some people, it seems that the majority of people would prefer an 8 o'clock BST time rather than a 4 o'clock BST time. So the EU Player of the Week stream will take place on Wednesday at 8 o'clock p.m. BST. If you don't know what time zone that is, then you suck.
What time is that for you to do this stream?
That is 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna. I can probably just get a. It's probably actually easier for me, to be honest, to get away an hour early as opposed to trying to rush it into a lunch hour while I work. So we're going to give it a shot, and if more people tend to show up, then we might move it there permanently. But we did a couple polls, and that's where it seemed to be popular. So anyway, that's it. 2 hours long. Yes! We nailed our goal. Just kidding. Our goal is 1 hour. And we can't do it when there's only a Hotfix and a TWAB.
No, the goal is to be as long as the Lord of the Rings extended editions. So we gotta go another hour and a half.
I mean, I could do it, but we need more stuff to talk about, and I need to plan ahead because I need snacks and shit.
You can talk about your obsession with big titty goth chicks, anime women.
I was gonna say you gotta throw anime in there. If they're big titty goth regular people, then no, I'm good. They need to be anime. I'm just kidding. I don't like that at all.
No.
Well, I mean, I do, I guess. I don't know. I like all women. Women are great. So are men. Especially big titty goth men.
That was me back in high school.
Okay. That's funny. All right. Now to end off that stream on that note, that was incredible. Amazing. Thanks everybody for watching this week of Shrouded episode 10. Sorry I got weird at the end. Yeah. Come back for episode 11. He's not sorry at all. We'll see you next Saturday, Friday or Saturday. Goodbye.